Hello, and welcome to the Streaming Rainbow Podcast, a place where we bring together our stories with your ears. These stories were originally recorded for YouTube, and now they are here for you in pure audio form. Join our crew of storytellers as we dive into fantastical realms and tell human stories. Grab your dice and buckle up your wizard hats. It's time for the games to begin. As a note, a list of the topics, themes, and subject matter featured in this podcast has been included in the episode description. Listener discretion is advised. And now, welcome to Halley's Children Challenger, Episode 3, Bird on Fire.
Hello everyone, and welcome to Streaming Rainbow, an actual play channel and a safe space for queer and neurodivergent nerds to hang out and tell stories together. We're here today to tell one of our favorite stories, Halley's Children. I am Serafina Smith, and I get the honor of running this game. With me are my players, who do me the honor of representing the protagonists of our story. Playing Yelena, the witch and doctor, not a witch doctor, just a witch and a doctor, is Courtney. Playing Dionysus, the party dude, is Eli. Playing Anush, the earnest astronaut, is Cam. And playing Hathor, the former CIA director, is David. Before we jump into the show, today we're going to be dealing with a fictionalized version of the Challenger disaster. First, take a moment to look over the content warnings in the video description. Then if you're still following along with us, let's take a moment to put some respect on the names of the brave astronauts who were lost in that accident. In the Halleyverse, the explosion is caused by collision with an artificial meteor, but in the real world, it was the choices of humans who knew that the O-rings in the solid rocket boosters were not tested at the low temperatures of the launch state and chose to go ahead anyway. 7 brilliant people were lost that day. Francis Dick Scobie, Michael J. Smith, Judith A. Resnick, Ronald E. McNair, Elton S. Onizuka, Gregory B. Jarvis, and Krista McAuliffe. We dedicate this show to their memory, and we'll try to treat them with the respect they deserve in our fiction. Last time on Halley's, we tracked down the Bank of Silene to a location in Tripoli, Libya, where a warehouse full of the bodies of people who had killed themselves days previous was discovered, along with a cryptic message written in blood, "The Anointed." We also tracked the traitorous Philomore down to Egypt, where his attempted ambush was spoiled and he was taken captive, questioned, and killed. Meanwhile, we were receiving messages from someone claiming to be Anush in the future, hacking into the feed of the AI that claimed to be the ghost of Ibn Sina. He told us, working around some pretty aggressive censorship, that in the future something called the Masters would ask them to question, is humanity worthy? He said that in his history we had gotten the answer to that question terribly wrong. He also said that this result was somehow rigged. Interesting. We go now to January of 1986, and here's how this is going to go. Anush and Yelena, you both have plans regarding how to save the crew of the Challenger. We're going to talk about those plans and do some rolls about them. Then we'll talk about the results. Then we'll flip to Hathor and Dio, who are less emotionally invested in the Challenger crew themselves and will be dealing with things like Josh and Mirwine. Then we'll go to the launch itself and resolve what happens. That work for everyone?
Yes.
All right. Then let's play a game.
Ah.
All right. We'll start with Yelena's planning. Yelena, we're going to have to rewind a bit in time for yours because you want to convince NASA to construct the Challenger with an LES, a launch escape system installed, correct?
Yes.
Okay, it's going to be a difficult task. In the real world, due to weight limitations and the belief that no one would survive an escape during launch, the shuttle orbiters were built without any such systems. So this can either be a contacts or a rapport roll. If you choose to use rapport, you will need an epic result. Contacts only needs a superb. You can also potentially get help. So tell me what you're doing to convince them, and we'll do a little rolling.
Hey, you want to take him out to a bar? Take him to Miami?
Yeah. I think either way it's going to be a social situation.
Mm-hmm.
So there's I think maybe there's like a crew barbecue that has, some civilians invited. Yelena's hosting it at her home. So it has various different crew members and administrative individuals, and her people here are invited as well. And I believe I'm going to roll rapport about it.
Okay.
Question before you roll. Hathor does not have rapport, but would do anything for his wife. Could I roll some sort of like contact or resources or something roll to be like, oh, what's the dirt on these people? What's the intel that the CIA has? And be like, hey, there's going to be some proposals. It would be a shame if this information got out.
Yes, you can roll as you said, a contacts or resources for that, and if you get a good result, you'll add a couple of steps to the roll.
Perfect. Okay. I think that is actually a good. Where's my sheet? Shoot, I'm on the wrong computer. Well, bad. I need to finish migrating. Yeah, it's a good.
Okay. Was that contacts or resources?
That was resources.
Okay.
That was. I'll tell you my thought. My hope was that whatever bar you would set, I could do like that. The role would be to just add a +1, right? To offer the help without necessarily having contacts. But
yeah, that was my idea too, for sure.
Okay, perfect.
Cool.
Awesome. Oh, actually, I take that back. It was a great, just so you know. But yeah.
Oh, even better.
I keep forgetting that they're on the bottom and not on the top. I keep reading the top.
Okay, so you get an extra +1 to your roll there.
+2 if Dio is there, handing out very good alcohol and just generally being around and being a very good host, co-host.
Alrighty. So cool. I'm definitely rolling rapport.
I have both. So yeah, rapport or contacts, whichever is best for you.
So it's a very, like I said, very social situation. Her pheromone ability is out and about. And all right. Okay. That was nothing on the dice, but with the added help from my pheromone ability, which brings it up to a great, with the +2 would bring it to a fantastic with Hafthor and Dionysus's help. What was the challenge rating for rapport?
The target for rapport was epic.
Epic. Okay, then I would like to invoke my trouble. I should have done better. And that can just add a +2, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So I think she starts speaking with somebody who's a little bit more concerned about the financial burden of adding this, realizing that she's losing footing in the conversation. Then is like, you're not going to have to worry about the financial repercussions of what happens if these people die, and I tell everybody that there was a better way to maybe help them. So if you're worried about the financials of everything, you're going to have to live with that at the end of the day.
Wonderful. All right. So amidst a dazzling array of drinks and sparkling conversations, and with a little bit of emotional manipulation, you successfully over a little time. It's not immediate, but you managed to convince them to add an LES to the challenger
Beautiful.
when it's constructed. The other part of your plan, if I recall, was to create devices that would detect the presence of nanobots and to get them used as a medical device on the shuttle.
Yes. If David would oblige me, I believe we need to run a little scene about that.
Okay.
I think this is when they get back stateside, right after everything in Egypt. And I think there are a few days of just not addressing any of the issues, but just spending time with one another. She's going over and managing his injuries and just being with him. But then she gets a call from Cheryl Moore, which is Ron McNair's wife, and she's talking about how Joy has a cold. Now, Yelena is a doctor to both the astronauts and their families, and this conversation brings her back into the reality of what's happening very soon. And after she hangs up the phone, after reassuring Cheryl that Joy will be fine, and promising to check in on her the next day, she goes to Hathor. I know that you're done with Buckley, and I'm grateful. I don't want to do that again. It was too long apart. And I hate to ask, and I think I know the answer because I don't even know how you would get it. Buckley's dead and gone. But did you have any progress on that device that we talked about?
I would like to roll to see if I made progress on a nanobot detector.
Absolutely.
What is this, lore, right?
Or crafts.
Or crafts? Okay.
I can help with crafts with, we'll say, just by giving you the data, I guess.
I'm just going to go lore. That's way better.
I can also help with lore.
Let's do that. Starting at superb. I'll take that. +2. So what's that? Fantastic. And then epic? Is that 2 above superb?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then plus your helping one, you said?
Mm-hmm.
So whatever's above epic.
Legendary.
Marvelous.
This
Well,
man would move mountains for his wife.
Yes, so it is possible to develop such a thing. So you do develop with the current technology a form of detector. It with that role, it can even be sort of a portable one. That you would want a larger one to detect from a larger distance, but if you want to detect from a short range, you can even have a portable one.
Yeah. I think the idea would be, I think like what Hathor's plan would to just call it like an atmosphere recording device, not a detector, so that they aren't alerted that it's a detector. And essentially that only we would have the back end ability to like get into to see what it's reading. Right. So the idea would be, hey, NASA, like, here's this thing so you can see what is the atmosphere like as you enter the moon, and what does that change, and what is the actual composition, blah 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 blah, right? And what does like space dust do? What is there anything that exists in that way, right? and it can have a function like that, but I think while it's doing that, it is essentially, there's like a backdoor that we could easily get into that to short range wise, like almost like a CB radio. It has sort of a secondary secret component that from the ground side or whatever, we can do those readings.
Okay.
And
Marvelous.
is it still at the CIA?
No. We should probably talk.
Okay.
I don't think it just, at first it started happening and I wasn't sure where it was going to go. So I just didn't want to say anything because we were apart. And when we were together, it felt like we should just focus on other things. And then it just kind of got out of hand. And I have an entire secret, sizable portion of the technology industry in the country, specifically as it relates to computers. Odin's Computers. Probably never would have heard of them, but the people who make Max parts, the people who service large computers, kind of all stems from there. Been working on Williams' exit plan for a while. So that company did sell that to NASA, and that's kind of done.
Oh,
To be fair, I won the contract. So.
okay.
I also proposed the need, so.
Thank you. Thank you for getting that
Got
put
a
in
lot more
place.
resources, so.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Been studying, there's a lot more going on. We're on the edge. We're so close to understanding what these things are. And that's...
I still don't understand why you didn't tell me.
I don't know. How do I tell you that every time you're gone, that's the only place I spend time? How do I tell you that I've been obsessed for years of finding a way to make us normal again? To give
What
you
makes you
the
think
thing
I
that you
wouldn't
want.
support you?
It's not that you wouldn't support me. I feel like I don't know. You know what? I lied. I think I do. I think I do know. I think I've spent too long living as a spy. It's not that I didn't think I couldn't trust you, that you would not tell, you would willingly or purposefully. But I don't know. I don't know who you'd tell, and I don't know who they'd tell. And I think that, like, years of living like this just made me like this, I guess. And it wasn't that I didn't think you were capable. It's that I think you have one weakness, and it's your same greatest strength, and it's your emotional connection to people.
All right. Yeah.
And I don't
Okay.
know who Ida would tell what, and who Fillmore was working with, and I didn't know that it was Fillmore, And then it just became a big conversation, and I don't know how long. It's been a while since we've had a big conversation, I think.
Well, thanks for putting that together. And I'm not doing what we did for the last 40 years again.
I agree.
Not willingly.
I agree. I think yeah, I think you're right. I think I haven't spent this many days around people, like normal people, not weird CIA people. You know what it's like to grow up and think all I want to do is know people's secrets and use those to exert power over others, and like that's your career ambition? You know what kind of sociopathic fucking mental makeup is in that building?
I know what it's like to be on the other side of that. You did a lot of good. And you did some things that maybe
yeah, and
proud of.
I am fucking proud of them, Courtney. Shit.
Ooh.
No, I am fucking proud of them, Yelena. You know why? Because there are things, because when 40 years ago, when Gilgamesh was standing in Helsinki talking with Hewitt, and they made the decision not to do anything because it would disrupt too much, because maybe it's not our fucking place, because maybe whatever, they have to live with forever the implications of not acting. And they have to live with an unending possibility of what ifs, because they could have done anything and they chose fucking nothing. I made a decision and I did my best, and somebody needed to do this work. And I'm really sorry that we suffered for it. But I somebody had to fucking do it.
There's been a couple of times where you said something that resonated with her, and I think she's processing everything. But she's softened, and she goes and she wraps her arms around him and tucks her head into his shoulder, and then just takes a moment to hold him and breathe quietly. And then if he chooses to tap into her mind, she is certain of him.
I think he does. And I think through a set of images, and like in this space, right? We talked about the space before that they've like created together. It's almost like a forest or something on the edge of like a lake. Like a little single pier. And to me, it's this idea of like, I think he shows images and tries to convey that like the person he is all the way back from the beginning, right? Unwitting spy and warrior, to right the age of like sort of killing monks and Christian emissaries and imperialists across Eastern Europe, and then everything since then, right? And in all the Halley's chapters, all the times that he's had to be like make the harsh decision or be the one that says like we have to leave them, or like the decision particularly. And then the biggest one that like I think relays is like that the stuff with Anush and Ticonderoga, right? And then there's this like other vision of Hathor that doesn't see the comet and raises his kids and dies an old man. And I think what he like tries to say is like, I don't want to be this man. I don't want to be to even know that is what that half the things we do are necessary, but they are, because the other forces never stop. And if you stop fighting, you just give ground. If you stop fighting for good, you just give ground to evil, because they never stop. And so, and he shows this, and he shows that like this idea of I if I and if there's anything I can do, it's making us normal again, so we can get the thing that we want, which is another 30 or 40 years of regular aging life with hopefully a family that brings. And it's just, there's just a lot of like turmoil and a lot of guilt and doubt. And it was, I think he shows the like weakness of his own process, right? This idea that like I couldn't reconcile with the moral implications of what I was doing, so I just turned it off and said I just have to aim for the greater good. I just have to do what I think is best. And then in doing so, insulating himself from that part of it, I think made him so cold for the last decade or so. And I think he just kind of silently weeps a little bit while he holds Yelena's arms wrapped around him and starts saying, I'm sorry.
I think she's crying too, because that's what Yelena does. She is an emotional woman. She doesn't ask for or need apologies. She just wants to move forward and by his side, regardless of what that looks like, because she agrees with everything. I think that's what has drawn them together since the beginning, is that they are very similar in what they believe life is. And they share a lot of the same pain in what the star has taken from them. Different, but similar. Yeah.
I know you don't want apologies, but I am sorry for the man I've become, because I think that you deserve more, but the world we're in, nobody will let me be that man.
It takes a lot from us. But I'm happy with what we have.
He just kisses her on the forehead and holds her close.
All right. Moving on from that touching scene.
Oh, but you totally got the thing. It's going to be in the ship.
Right,
It's going to be
Thanks.
Cool.
If that wasn't clear.
Totally clear.
Here's the invoice.
Anush.
Yes.
You also had a plan. Because Yelena has taken care of partially taken care of the problem of crashing into the ocean, but there's still the problem of there's a big ass explosion before the crashing into the ocean part. And you had a plan to sort of deal with that your plan, I believe, was to, as Michael Collins, replace Michael J. Smith as the pilot of the orbiter, and to get Cucullin to go with you disguised as Dick Scobie so that you could use his power and try to help protect the crew from the explosion. Am I right?
Partially,
Partially.
yes.
Go on.
I think that is the contingency, but there's another plan because like there's a part of Anoush that's like, how do you stop the explosion from happening completely? But I think the part that fuels this plan is I want the explosion to happen. And if we want the explosion to happen, then we don't want other people to get hurt.
Mm-hmm.
But what does it mean when the star explodes the Challenger? That means that they're going to awaken. They're going to get these powers. So Anoush has a plan to, I guess, try to rewrite the nanobots.
Mm-hmm.
And that has been to, like over the course of their training, use his own blood to put nanobots into the rest of the crew, inert though they may be. And then he has, I think, leverage to be built into the suits, some sort of like defibrillator device that he can activate and will hopefully shock his nanobots at the same time of the star hitting the Challenger to give them all his powers of regeneration. Hopefully.
Excellent. Okay. So we're going to need a couple of rolls for that. We're going to need, let's see, what would be the best rolls for this? For getting that defibrillator installed, that's going to be that's the easier roll for you. That's going to be either, well, you could, I can think of various ways you could approach that. Tell me how you're trying to get that installed.
Well, I feel like he has some clout to
Been to the moon. Yeah.
definitely
You got a
been.
rep.
Yeah, I drove to the moon essentially.
Yeah.
If we're talking about skills, but I think probably go to the director and as somebody with experience, say that it is like just a fail safe. Like the G forces could potentially like knock someone out, put them into cardiac arrest, and just say we always want to improve. We always want to take safety measures, especially with space travel. There's so many unknowns. Let's at least give us some sort of like chance to correct a wrong.
Sure. So that could either be a contacts or rapport roll, your preference.
Okay, well, they're both terrible, so I'll go with rapport because I feel like Anoush, if he can still himself and like use his power of like enhancement to come off like a little more suave, I think that would make more sense to empower this role as opposed to a contacts role.
Yeah.
So I'll like take a moment and really just like feel the blood like move through my body and focus on who this person is, my memories of them, what their state of mind is, just kind of like go micro analyzing them to get a +1 to this.
Okay.
Oh, fuck. Yes. Oh, that's awesome. Okay. That's a great.
Wow. Okay, so you know that feeling you get when you see a bear dancing, and it's like it doesn't have to be like a good dancer. It's because it's a fucking bear. That's the feeling I'm getting right now. That was awesome, and you actually did it. You got the the system installed. So how are you sneaking nanobots into their bodies? Now that
I think is going to take some chatting with our doctor. If Yelena doesn't mind, I can see your face.
I hope so.
This will be an interesting conversation. Let's go.
I think we pick up halfway through the conversation, and it's not going well for Anoush. I'm a man of science, Helena. We must take risks. You're giving me a look.
I'm glad you picked up on that. Number one, you know what? We're gonna go straight anatomy. Your phenotype isn't compatible with anybody here. So with the rejection possible alone, which can cause any numerous number of medical issues from liver failure to high fevers, you can literally make these people so ill simply because your phenotype, your regular human blood, does not match them. And now you want to do exactly what you were kidnapped for. Your blood was taken and transmitted into people to make them into something that we don't even know what has happened to them. I understand that you want to give them a chance, and I can't fault you for that. But we have...
I'm sorry.
No, continue, please. I would love to see you try to convince me of this.
It's a strange endeavor to fight the inevitable, is it not? We know
We aren't.
We know they are going to change. We have a chance to push that in a direction that can do some sort of good.
To be fair, that we don't actually know that they change. We have one image, and that's the rocket blowing up.
Do you have the speaker system on?
It's
The phone's tapped.
There's something going
yeah,
on.
he's still got the phone lines tapped. Hold on, and she
Anoush
pulls
can,
the
Anoush
cable
can
from the wall.
always hear half Thor's criticism forever and eternally. Like family, it can't be stopped.
I do not disagree that we need to give them every available opportunity with the hope that they come out of it on the other side. And there is a very good probability, that if they survive the crash, they will be joining us.
Long ago, my first starfall, there was a moment. I don't remember who exactly, it's been so long, but someone was hurt. And I cut myself. And I mixed our wounds. They started to heal faster. I've seen it happen. Something about what I am can help other people. And if I'm being completely honest, I just don't want to be alone.
I'm really sorry that you are looking at beyond eternity. I don't wish you to be alone either. At some point, we all agreed that we wouldn't inform these people. We wouldn't change the trajectory of their lives. We would allow their fate to play out how it was intended. You are playing at God. And I don't believe in them. We can work together to make sure that they have every opportunity to survive. We can even work towards finding a way to maybe making your longevity not so daunting. I don't agree that we should play at things before their inevitability. They're going to be changed by this starfall regardless. Whether that's to their deaths or to their immortality. I think you want to do a good thing. I am not upset or angry at you. There's no blame here. I just don't agree that it's something we should do simply because there have been people already changed. There are people that we assume have already been changed by your abilities, and we don't know what that looks like. I'm sorry.
Okay, Doctor. Though now their suits have a defibrillator device in them, I don't see that as a necessity. I must say it's a big derailment of a plan I have been crafting for hundreds of years. And I think the only way to go from here is forward. It's why we always have a plan B. I hope Phil. I almost called him Fillmore. I hope Cook Hollands is ready. I have to go. Thank you. I'm sorry, was there anything else?
I am sorry. And I do believe you are a good man.
You don't have to be sorry. The whole point of this is to share eternity. If I can't rely on you, what do I have? We share a weight, which means we make decisions together. Imagine me saying that, right? Lots to prepare for. I put my head down and I leave.
Yelena cancels her meetings for the rest of the day.
Anush, is there any other preparations that you would like to do?
No. I think
Okay.
just we gotta check the normal things. Probably go work out and
Yeah.
talk to Kukolans,
Mhm.
but nothing daunting. I think
Okay.
everything I prepare for is at the moment of explosion.
All right. We go now then to Halfthor and Dio. Guys, while Anush and Yelena are doing their crucial prep for launch time, y'all are pursuing other goals. One of those goals is to contact Mirwine, and another is to, I don't want to say interrogate Josh, but I guess interrogate him. You both have beef to resolve with Gilgamesh, and y'all may have other goals you feel need to be pursued this episode. Y'all tell me what you'd like to tackle first.
Do we both know that each other hate Gilgamesh?
No.
Okay, perfect. Can't wait for us to find that out in character.
Yeah.
The what do you think about? I will defer to you because your stuff is a little more interpersonal with this, whereas I'm just a passenger. But what do you think we take Josh out on a boat because of the implication,
Yeah.
and then we
I
can.
think yeah, two birds, one stone. I think we have some beer, have some very good
Yeah,
wine
maybe
as we take a boat
see
journey.
how well he walks on water if we need to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool, perfect. And then, I mean, I guess we could try to contact Gilgamesh first. You had already sent Hermes out anyways, right? So you might have that. So maybe we could run that to the ground first, and then we take Josh out on the water as a like, let's catch some falling astronauts.
Yeah.
Or do
Yeah,
we
I
just
think
want to go on
that's
the water a different day? What are you thinking?
I think that so where is Gilgamesh based nowadays, Sarah?
Okay, so Hermes did indeed find Gilgamesh and get him to come so that he can meet with y'all. He was treating civilian victims of war in a hospital in Tehran.
Okay. Um yeah,
He's
so
in
I
the
think
region?
Hmm?
He was in the region in Tehran? That's Iran, right?
Yeah.
so yeah, I guess Gilgamesh first. That's shittier. That makes Dio go,
That does not make Halfdor do the same reaction. That makes Halfdor say,
I mean, yeah, Dio's not a fan of that. But yeah, so maybe if so if Hermes brings Gilgamesh to Egypt to that safe house, if I'm assuming that he wouldn't necessarily want to go back to the States.
No, he brought Gilgamesh back to the States.
But to the
That's not.
States. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. Cool. All right. Yeah. So everything can kind of happen at the same time.
Yeah.
So okay. Perfect. Yeah. I'm good with that. Did we want to do a quick look at Pedro Navarro, the beginnings of the Bank of Silene?
Yeah, we take a peek.
Um,
Let's go to University of Miami's library.
yeah, there was a thought of like
No, it's
there's
3
another
hours
black
away, but
site.
I
There was
just
another
want to go to
black site in
Miami.
Benghazi, but like pretty safe assumption that it's the same as the one in Tripoli.
Yeah,
So
yeah, something like that.
yeah, cool. Yeah, I mean, listen, Dio is big in Miami, so that's where Dio's based. So yeah, let's go to Miami and do all the stuff, and yeah, just take a peek. Is this Pedro, like, I don't know, Gilgamesh probably wants. I think Dio might want Gilgamesh to be a part of that, just to be like, do you know this motherfucker? Like, does everybody
Right.
like have you seen this man? But yeah, so I think maybe Gilgamesh first.
Okay.
And then we can kind of domino from there. What do you think, David?
Yeah, I'm down.
Rad.
I'll be mostly following your lead. So
Cool.
just let me know when you want to start torturing Josh.
What about very subtly like a frog in hot water? Let's go, baby.
All right. Okay, so Hermes has brought Gilgamesh to the States. You can go and meet with him. You can have him meet you somewhere.
Dio likes the idea of having Gilgamesh in his space.
Mm-hmm.
So brings everybody to Liberalia, or has everybody at Liberalia for home base. I think he would have Hermes bring Gilgamesh like I think that he wants to be settled in his space, very like king on the throne kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Before absolutely would have Hathor settled in, like really good drink of choice, whatever he wants. Like the two
Hathor
dudes
is wearing a white silk guayabera with a fedora, a 10 millimeter Cuban link gold chain, 4 gold rings spread across his fingers, leather Versace sandals.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Any prosthetics, or is he?
No
or
prosthetics.
Is
He's full. All the tattoos are gone. He's a little skinnier. Oh no, this is Dio, not Ida. I was gonna say he's a little skinnier than Ida's probably ever seen him, but yeah, he's on the thinner side now. Been working a desk job for a couple hundred years.
Yeah. Haven't got my pump on. I don't like it. So he's sitting there drinking his very good glass of wine. When Hermes brings Gilgamesh in, and he just gets this like grin that is absolutely like, you fucking dickhead grin. Like this is it is a grin of malice. Like he is not happy to see this man.
As Gilgamesh is like, you get the confirmation that he's either on the way or you see the valet or whatever. Hathor turns to Dio and is just like, hey, just so you know, there might be some tension, but nothing's ever happened before, so we'll keep it clean in the business.
Hey, just so you know, good luck hitting him first. And he taps his wine glass against your whatever you're drinking.
Hathor gives a slick smile.
Well, Gilgamesh walks in. He's in his smaller form to look inconspicuous. He's dressed in just a plain t-shirt and jeans, and he looks around the place, smiles at the ambiance, and zeroes in on you, Dio, with your big shit-eating grin. He responds with a smile of his own and walks towards you.
Gil, have a seat.
Gilgamesh, I think this is the first time that Hathor's probably seen Gilgamesh since maybe like the 1930s or something.
Mm-hmm. Been a while.
It's been a while. Sorry.
He sits down at the bar.
Dio, ever the host, does pour him a glass of wine. They rock old school here. It's been a few years, huh?
It has.
I assume Hermes passed along my message.
Correct.
Any idea who the fuck could be working with these assholes? Or have you lost track of more of your children?
I don't know.
Unsurprising. What have you been doing? Have you been doing anything to help protect your people? Have you just been hanging around doing fucking nothing? I mean, helping heal people in Tehran. I'm very happy. I'm very happy that you're doing that. But what have you been doing for your people?
He sort of settles down into his posture and gets a thoughtful look on his face, and he says, I know that I am not what you want me to be. And I don't know how I could be.
Halfdoor's eating oysters.
Nice.
Right, he's got a little spread of horseradish, right, and some lemons. It's on ice. It's a nice silver tray.
Just that and the outfit is beautiful. It's a
Yeah.
beautiful image.
It's
Just
tequila
a
soda
tray
and
of
wine.
cocaine. Just a huge
A small mountain of cocaine next to the platter of oysters.
Fucking Miami Vice bullshit. Let's do this.
And as he like slurps down the last one and hearing Gilgamesh say, I don't know how I could be, there's like kind of like a really deeply condescending laugh.
Mm.
And Hazard turns and says, you know, Gilgamesh, I really wanted this to be more productive. Our first meeting after all these years.
What do you want to produce?
Better results. You sit here and you say you're not what we want you to be, but you don't know how you could. You know what I want, Gilgamesh? I want it to be a little breezier. I want this horseradish to have a little less punch. I want a lot of things, he thinks as he remembers the conversation he had with Yelena. But there's a lot of things I can do without that I don't need. What we need from you, Gilgamesh, is to simply do better. You cannot hide behind the veil of ignorance and act like you don't know what you could fucking do to be better when for how long have we been doing this dance? 400 years? I've been telling you fucking how. And we keep doing the same things and we keep ending up here, and if anything, it's getting worse. There's now potentially hundreds of empowered people unaccounted for with not just directionless, but specifically anti-human and immoral direction. Being guided by a group of religious zealots who aim for nothing but the destruction of human. And you sit here across from us and ask, I don't know what I could do. He slips another oyster.
And to be honest, all I wanted you to do was what you said you wanted to do. Do you remember when you came to us when we were born?
Yes.
That we were together, that we were a family, that we would take care of each other. Where the fuck were you at Troy? Where the fuck were you with Heracles? Where the fuck were you when I was scourged and almost fucking crucified? That's not how you take care of family. You don't disappear. So just know, just do what you want. Just do what you say you're going to do. Baseline. I don't want fucking anything from you. In fact, if I never have to see you again after this endeavor is done, best thing that's ever happened to me. But you are the first of us. Do better.
What do you know about the Bank of Silene?
Only what I've heard from her since you researched it.
Have we looked at this Pedro Navarro person?
Yeah, have you ever heard of Pedro Navarro? Do you know of any connections they have with empowered people?
As far as I know, there are none.
Okay. What do you... So what did you come all this way for? What did you hope to get out of this meeting, Gilgamesh? Is there something you wish to liberate? Something you wish to say to your wayward children?
He's been... Gilgamesh is easy to read, canonically.
Yeah.
And he's been taking this all in as you've been talking to him. And like, he's obviously unhappy about it. You know, no one's going to be happy about the words that you are saying to them here. But he was sort of rolling with the proverbial punches until the end there, and you can tell, Hafthor, without even rolling, that you have struck nerves. And he takes a deep breath and he says, "What I'm here for." Yes, what I'm here for is to be what you ask me to be. So ask me.
There's nobody more connected. We need to run down the Bank of Silene. There's nobody that knows more of the region better and more of the people. We gotta start being more aggressive with this, or more and more people are gonna get hurt.
Then that is what I will do.
Thank you.
Don't get killed.
He stands, takes the last sip of his drink, and without saying goodbye or thank you or apologizing, just turns and leaves.
What a fucking asshole.
Where's that idiot Josh?
Yeah, Josh, I think Dio has begrudgingly kept Josh fairly close.
I feel like Josh has a big line cook energy. Real like real close to transient. So I think that's what I think of line cooks.
Yeah. I think though that he's, especially if Josh hasn't been physically well, I think that he's got Josh kind of somewhere somewhere safe, somewhere comfortable, somewhere where he can convalesce and rest. But close. Like he's close tabs are being kept on this person for sure.
It's got to be, if Gilgamesh is running down answers that way, maybe there's more answers we can run down pulling the thread from this direction. It's worth a shot. Maybe we can find out maybe what they were up to. Maybe I haven't had a chance. I can sometimes I can dig out of people's minds things they didn't even know were there.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. You want to go out on a boat, see how he does with water?
Hathor takes another sip of his tequila soda and looks at his outfit and says, I think I'm ready.
Absolutely. Welcome to Miami, baby.
Yeah. Hathor's really rethinking the sun at this moment. It's like, God, this dock is so much warmer than that one I sat on for 100 years.
Yeah. Yeah. So, listen, Dio has a yacht. So we're like, listen, we're going fishing, but we're going fishing in fucking style, baby. So yeah, I think that he organizes this. This is not new. Like he's very smooth and like goes down to the marina and is like just smoozing everybody and gets him out. And yeah. Okay, so listen, the boat has a name. Of course it does. It's Ariadne.
Wonderful.
His boats, listen, we got two wife guys here. We can't stop it.
He turns to Dio. He's like, oh, I guess I was expecting the Argos, but this would have made the list.
Listen, you name boats after beautiful women, so
fair enough.
This is what we got. Taking it out.
Hathor thinks of the Viking tradition of naming your boats after like terrifying things, and is like, oh, yeah, that's right, I guess.
Also correct.
Also, yeah.
Hey, listen, you never met my wife.
Hathor is thinking the same thing.
Yeah. Dio's like, I have met your wife.
It does sound fierce.
That's right. Absolutely, she terrifies me. But yeah, heading out onto the water with Josh in tow.
Beautiful. You go out into the ocean on your beautiful yacht. The wind is blowing and it's bitterly cold. The winter of 86 is not being kind to the East Coast, and you're experiencing record cold temperatures. So hopefully everyone is bundled up. You take the boat out. Josh comes with you, obviously, like he has any choice.
Yeah, no.
Are you bringing anyone else with you?
I think Hermes is always close by, personally, but
cool.
Is Hild around, or did she go back to whatever her job is right now?
You can have Hild on the boat for sure.
Yeah, I think Hathor wants to keep Hild as close as possible.
Okay.
And if Hurrit's around as well. But if you go back to Eternus, then okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
so
that's.
Can have someone on the boat.
As long as it's agreeable to you, Eli. I think those two in tow.
Yeah,
would
I
be
think
helpful.
that's a great mix of people.
Marvelous. All right. What do you want? Do you want to talk to Josh first, or do you want to try to contact Mirwan?
I think maybe talk to Josh first because um Dio, I feel like, has had the most success in the ocean when he's a little further out. So on the journey, I think that this is a good time. Everyone's settled in. Again, he can make it cozy. Like he can make it into a like we've got the galley. We got so much good food. We got a personal chef. Like it's like we got the best alcohol, the best food. It's all settling in. So it's a little bit like that, you know, slowly bringing a frog to boil, like so Josh doesn't know that he's in an interrogation until it's too late.
Wonderful.
Yeah, Hafthor has changed into that it's colder now. Like some leather loafers, maybe some like Sperry's, with like a beige, just above the ankle cut, loose fit pant, and like a cable knit sweater with a like a white cable knit sweater with a like a fisherman's cap on.
I love it.
He's still
Um,
rocking the 10 millimeter gold chain Cuban link he found in Dio's like ashtray or something.
Absolutely. Oh, Dio would be like a gift, a gift, my friend. Because also, yeah, Dio never not wearing
Yeah.
his like gold vine, his grapevine
I was just
chain.
imagine Dio's like, what do you call it, liberale?
Liberalia, yeah,
Yeah, the like back area is just filled like in the couch cushions instead of chains. It's just like thin, like or change is like chains and bracelets and rings and toe
yeah.
rings and
It's also all the gold coins that he puts on people's eyes when they die. Listen, if he could just
oh wait,
throw
let me
those
just reach
around,
in real quick.
just so much shit. As they get settled in, I'm gonna roll to see because so just for Josh,
Mhm.
he is going to just settle in and pass a vibe of like openness and like and he's also going to be feeling it. So it's just like this, like
Mhm.
we're all friends here. It's just that thing. So let's see how well I can. So there is a thing that I guess Sarah, it's up to you. If the target notices or suspects that I'm doing this, they can roll a will. He can roll a will roll if you want him to roll that. So this is just for Jesus, my friend. It is a rapport roll. It's a superb.
Okay. Well, I mean, it sounded like you were being kind of sneaky with it, and Josh is not
Really
feeling like particularly suspicious of you, so cool.
awesome. Just the
Uh,
vibes.
yeah, he is feeling loose-lipped and happy right now.
Great food, great wine.
Mm-hmm.
Gave him some water, alcohol. He is going to though. I think he's gonna like start off with just being like, okay, so what's your deal? Seriously.
You're gonna have to be more specific than that. I mean,
So
I've got a lot of deals, you know. Hmm?
how does someone who aims to do so well in the world, we're all pretty popular, my namesake more so, but never heard of never heard of killing of hundreds and thousands of women over the course of months and years because they were practicing Christianity and the pagans were not happy about it. Never heard of, the Greeks, for example, massacring over hundreds of thousands of years systemically millions of natives because the place that they conquered didn't, practice the right religions. So how does somebody who seemingly aims to do so well end up with such a bad crowd?
I know, right? I fucking hate Christians. Look.
I just want to know, like, when did that separate?
Okay. So farther back I go, the blurrier it gets. But like my first life, I remember fine. And look, I was just a guy who my mom told me I was blessed by God, and I decided to do something with that. I thought I would reform our whole culture and make it into something based on loving your fucking neighbor, you know? And what happened is what happens every time, because it's not the only time I've tried. And that is, they find you, the people in power try to use you, and if they can't use you, they kill you. And if they can use you, they use you, and then they kill you.
Did we like?
And then it turned into something big, and the empire took it. And by that time, I was trying to remember who I was.
So when you die and come back, what is that like? Is it like a light going out? Or is it like a light that never goes out in the dark?
I am gone, and then I open my eyes, and I don't know how much time has passed. And it's always a few days when I check. But
And it makes your previous life hazier, you said.
yeah,
Okay.
the farther back I go, the worse it is.
Can we try something?
Yeah.
Okay. I would like to dive into this man's mind. I would like to focus on the time he spent captured. I would like to focus on, it's going to be awful, I would imagine, for him. This is the kind of decision Haftor was referencing to Yelena. This is the kind of thing he wishes he wouldn't have to do. But there are answers, and it seems like this man reliving horrific surgical experiments and trauma might be the only way to get those.
Do you say this will be bad out loud? Like, do you?
No.
Okay.
I don't think you would. Oh, we'll go on.
Because so Dio is affecting his emotions and can give him an emotional like sedative.
I think he would
basically.
say something like, "This might be hard." Yeah, I think he would say something like that. I think he's feeling a little sympathetic to Josh.
So Dio would then put a hand on Josh's shoulder as just like a hey bud, like we're in this together, like it's all good, and just start flowing that kind of calm.
Did Yelena know that this was the plan for today?
You got to ask your husband.
Yeah.
You'll get a +1 to your will.
Yeah, I was gonna say, as much as they would have talked, I don't know how busy Yelena is, right? But yeah.
Take a +1 to your will.
Perfect. Oh, he also sends a message. Quick. Yeah. Sends a message to Hild. I don't know how well you can help, but if there's any way you can trick him into feeling better, that might be very beneficial soon. Okay. I'll take 3 plus 1 from Yelena is superb. 1 second, sorry. can't remember the latter. 4 plus superb.
Above legendary.
Absolutely. Okay. So Hild comes up and whispers something into Josh's ear, and Josh smiles and relaxes. And I know, right? And you dive in, and you're focusing on that time in which he was captured. And there is a lot that is blurred because he was sedated.
Yeah.
And so it's a long period of blurs with spikes up into consciousness when he is awoken for like injections and occasional things, and then back into the sleep. But you get a succession of images of coming to briefly as he is being injected with something. You see there, he's always feeling drained, always. So there's absolutely it's not hard to tell that he was being drained of his blood for a long period of time. They would occasionally ask him questions like, how do you feel? And they would occasionally open him to just ask random questions like, who is your best friend? Do you know who the president of the United States is right now? What's your favorite toy as a child? All sorts of weird, random questions that he was being asked. And they never seemed to respond to the answers that he gave. They just like noted it down. Occasionally they would inject him with things, but there were never any effects that he could tell what they were. He got a good look at all of the people that came to him and asked him questions or injected him or removed things. So how now have images of people's faces. They look just like any old doctors and nurses in medical gear. There was always someone in a lab coat sitting at the computer terminal nearby. But Josh never seemed to have seen their face. Any other details you want to dive into?
Yeah, I think you gave me pretty much what I'm gonna get. I think the I guess he would try to highlight if there was any intake. He could see anybody like particularly important upon his like arrival at the place or awaking anytime like around there. And just like noting that, like I think half, because you already gave me the faces that I would see or whatever, right? So I think half would note like whoever he thinks is the most important out of those, like that intake group, and just try to like mentally make his own ladder of hierarchy or whatever.
Okay.
But yeah, I think that's and then he kind of lets go and tries to assess to make sure. Thank you.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh man.
Yeah. Sorry.
That felt like shit, man.
Yeah.
Do you want something stronger than wine? I've got a full bar. And drugs, man. I've got drugs. So.
No, I'm cool. Look, how can I help you guys? Because, I mean, you can poke through me, but what can I do for you?
Here's the thing. This group. How much do you even know about this group that got you? Do you know anything? Like so you've heard like this group literally calls himself the Arm of Saint George, a saint, a Catholic saint. And I know I get it. Listen, people did some real fucked up shit in my name too. Listen, it was fun shit. Don't get me wrong, but it was fucked up. Some of it was real bad. But so maybe we didn't trust your intentions. I'm gonna go. I'm way less suspicious than my Viking friend over here, so I'm gonna assume that if he's chill, I'm chill. Um. So I'm sorry. Also, listen. You kind of stole my brand a little bit. Like, what are you doing? Blood of your blood is wine. Like, was that your deal? Were you part of that?
That was they wrote that in.
Well, they were stealing from Dionysus, so like,
Have
fuck
you
them.
read that thing? They stole from a lot of people.
They actually did steal. It's bad. Like, it's badly written. I don't like it. Anyway, and listen, there's a whole we could you and me. Hey, listen, once this all done, come to Liberalia and we can just fucking talk about fucked up parents and just
Oh my god.
I'm down. I am down, my friend. So the question is, what I don't know if there's even a question. I don't know what you can do, my friend. Like like you can what we all can do shit. Like I know what I can do. You've
Well,
seen what my friend can do. What can you do?
Yeah, that's what can I do? I just want when I wish for things, when I want them, they just tend to happen, but only like small scale things. Like I can heal the sick, but I can't heal all the sick, you know?
what if they weren't after the regenerative powers for Jesus?
They were after the wish fucking powers? That's fucking terrifying. Hey, can
What if
you
his
wish
aren't good enough? You know what I mean?
Hmm. Can you wish for the head of the arm of St. George? Like
No, dude.
amnesia or some shit? I don't know. That's a pretty small wish.
But think about it. If you have a warehouse full of people, what'd you say, 200 or so? Something like that?
Mhm.
That could all shift. And he's at this point, he's like kind of drawing a line. And he's like, just a little bit, just a little bit, just a little bit each time. By the time you stack up 200 little shifts of fate, you're now in a completely different direction.
That's terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's I'm gonna
Yeah.
drink about it. Like that
All
fucking
right.
sucks.
Gonna have
Wow.
that drink now. Holy shit. Okay.
Passes out alcohol to everybody. Okay, so
You see Halfdor reach into a small pouch in his Versace's,
yeah.
in his Versace chinos.
Okay. So what's a good little wish that you could make just every day or so? Uh I think he looks at Hurrit and Hild and everybody and just like I don't even fucking know.
I hear. How do you track and know where we are? What is?
Yeah, it says I have a sense of where everyone is in relation to me, and I can sort of I've learned over time to sort of force that into a mental map on my head. Uh, and it only works for the people I've met, unfortunately, but and only when you're conscious.
Hmm. Outside of
But
the Morrigan, have you ever detected? And I know that was only a small crossover window, so you may not have been able to be as in touch with that in those last, few minutes.
mhm.
Outside of that, have you ever felt somebody in more than one place?
uh, Yelena occasionally.
Yeah.
But other than that, no. And
Okay.
of course, Mirwine is in a very diffuse
Well,
place now.
yeah. Cheers,
But
Mary wine. He pours a little bit of tequila soda out.
Oh, she doesn't like tequila. It's fine.
Oh, my bad. Sorry. Um. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. There's something here we're not seeing, and I'm just afraid we're gonna see it when it's too late.
Josh, could you boost Hurrit's vision? Could you wish for him to reach further? Maybe out into different zones, as it were.
I can try. Um,
Maybe the problem is that like we're in the middle of the fucking ocean, so like I don't think we're gonna be able to reach out and see. But like, yeah, like for however long, for 24 hours or some shit. Is there something we could do to like when we're back in a place that's more densely populated? I guess it depends. I don't know. I don't know how far you can reach. It's pretty close, right? Like it's within a city or within a town or room.
no, I can sense people all over the world, all the time.
Uh, yeah, maybe just but so maybe if there's a way to boost it so we can for that diluted, because you've met Josh now and you
Hmm.
have obviously met Anoush, so maybe if their blood is somewhere active in somebody else at this point,
Mm.
if it can be, if you're, what's that comic that came out from that weird guy, your spidey sense could be tingling a little bit more sensitively.
Yeah. Josh says I'll try, and he goes up to Hurrit, and he smiles and says, "This won't hurt." And he has him close his eyes and puts his hand on top of his head, in as though he were giving a blessing. Um, and I'm going to make a roll now.
What kind of role is it, and can I help?
Well,
Hey, what you rolling, Sarah?
that's a good roll. That's 3 pluses. Okay. Um,
Roll for Jesus.
roll
All
for
right.
Jesus. So Hurrit gasps and steps back, and his eyes are closed, and he says, "There's." I can't map them. I can they because they're not fully them, but yes, they're there. There are there are only 12. Uh
Can you tell whose blood?
it's there's something new, as though something it's something of Anoush and of Josh, but not fully them.
That makes sense. I think uh Dio reaches up in a very familiar, which is very familiar to her. This would be new to like to Halflor and others because no one has seen really has seen Dio and Hurrit engage, but he like grasps like the back of his neck and kisses his forehead and says, "Good job. Excellent." Something to keep an eye on, for sure.
I think Hathor thinks back to a conversation 20, 25 years ago with a John Oppenheimer and thinks about the implications of what they just learned as he slowly retreats.
All right. Well, I mean, listen, I don't think it's a problem for the moment right now, but I think it's information that is absolutely good to know for the future.
Yes. And Josh is looking he's looking almost peppy. He feels it's obvious that finding a way to help is very good for his esteem.
We listen. We don't like the visage, but we sure like Josh. What a kid. We love this kid.
Hathor goes to say something out loud, sees Josh, and instead pops into creates a space for Dio, Hild, and Hurrit, and says, "Do we all understand the implications of this? That means no power set is off the table."
Yep.
We're as close to worst case scenario as I think we can get. We gotta slow this down.
I don't know how to slow this down.
And yeah, he just says like after the launch, we just same, but we have to. That has to be the focus. Yeah. Finding those 12.
Yes. Dio makes sure that there's plenty of everything for everybody as he notices how far out they are and feels the boat slowing, the all of that. Before he goes out to kind of the back of the place where that's the part of the boat where it's like you can like jump, it's like right there on the water for entrance and getting back on the boat and jumping off. Before I do that, he would like to, he's had time now with all of these people to really observe them and get to know them and see how they work. Hild, again, Hild reminds him of his friend Helen in a way, and there is a camaraderie with that. So he just wants to roll an empathy roll to see like what she's giving off as far as like feelings towards everybody here on the boat. Like, how is she like what's the vibe between her and Josh? Like, what's the vibe between like her and like what are those connections like?
Sure.
So empathy, I'm assuming.
Or that rapport. Is absolutely an empathy roll.
All right, let's see. That is a superb.
Superb. Okay. So first off, already you didn't need a roll to know that Hurrit is hopelessly in love with Hild. It's a thing.
Yeah.
Everyone knows it. He's never said it. It's obvious. But anyway, Hild
Hathor has no idea.
That's awesome.
Dio does know and is 100% trying to wingman right now.
Yeah, afterwards, just like really focused on work, and it's like, yeah, what do you think, Curate?
Hey, Dad.
He keeps walking up, like they keep being alone, like as like the sun's coming down, and after a while, like, Harriet, what do you think about?
Yes.
It's like that time I took you hunting and you got squeamish. Remember? Remember you were talking about how you were never going to get the smell out of your nails?
Can I give a -2 to Thor just for talking?
Hey, just the absolute cock blocking dad moves. Hate it.
Yes. I love that. But yeah, Hild Hild feels very protective of all of you. Hild is also feeling a great relief off of her shoulders, presumably because Philomore is dead. And she doesn't feel like she always has to look over her shoulder for a sniper.
Yep.
But yeah, she has an almost maternal feeling towards most of you, and that makes it really weird with her. Because she's like, she obviously cares, but also is like, this is not a way that she understands the relationship to work. Can you imagine being in a relationship as Hild and like, yeah,
Never know.
Do I get the impression that if I could like do like a Sebastian the Crab kiss the girl kind of nudge, it would go well? He's not going to do that. Like, is there an opportunity for like that, or he's trying to figure out if there is a way to be, if he should be steering his friend away or into it now that he's had time with Hild.
I'd say with that role that you made, that you get the feeling that Hild would probably be able to be pushed in that direction.
Noted. Listen, I got shit to do with an ocean, but filing it away. Listen, Sebastian the Crab here to matchmake. Okay. He as they slow down and the boat, you know, drops anchor, does all that stuff. He looks around and says, I'm going to go and try to get our friend around. So if anybody wants to join.
Yeah, afterward, silently joins the vigil.
He takes he goes to a cabinet and pulls out a very old, very good bottle of wine, and takes it along with him. And just kind of sits on the side of the boat with his legs dangling in the water, kind of smiling to himself, and pours some wine into the ocean and says, "Hello, Phila. Are you free for a chat?"
All right. Is anyone else doing anything while Dio is doing that?
If there's a way I could help at all, that would just be it.
You could reach out.
Yeah, I'll try to reach out to find a mind in this ocean.
Okay.
Okay. -1, so I think that's just a great.
Great.
Will. Yeah.
All right. It's hard to get a solid grasp on the feeling, the presence, because like one moment you think you're sure it's there, and the next it's gone. But you reach out, and you touch it. You know and are known. Something regards you. You feel anxiety, fear, loneliness. For a long time, nothing happens. Then waves start to crash against the yacht in an agitated fashion. A waterspout forms and rises from the waves almost languidly. It becomes a featureless, vaguely humanoid blob of water standing out there in the waves, looking at each of you as though looking for something. What do you do?
Dio's grinning because it's always been just the water and a playful feeling, but he is just smiling wide and says, "Hello, beautiful."
I think Miroline would hear in their head in that like last as that connection sort of wanes. I think you just hear Hathor say, "I'm so sorry for what happened. I wish I could have helped."
With body language that shows hesitance, the blob begins to resolve, gaining definition and features, and then in a moment taking form as flesh resurrected from the water. The form of a young woman standing amidst the waves, nude, hairless, her face and body covered in disfiguring burn scars. She looks afraid, not of danger, of rejection.
Dio is 100% holding a hand out to her. Like, he stands up on, he had his legs in the water. He stands up and radiates love in a way that is familiar to her because it's something that he has felt for 100 years. It's something that he radiates every morning when he walks out on his beach and pours a glass of wine into the water. And but now he's got like a focus to put it into, and he just holds that hand out and says, "Come aboard."
When you say that, her hands go over her face and she opens her mouth and tries to speak, and it's just a croak at first. And then after a moment, she gathers herself and tries again, and she says, "Can't. I am ocean. I cannot get on the boat." And Josh leans over and he says, "Go out to her."
And without a thought, like no hesitation whatsoever, 100% steps off. He's like, "If I go in the water, I go in the fucking water. I don't care."
Nope.
Steps up
Your
and
feet
walks out.
your feet meet solid water.
And he just takes her hand and it takes her face in his hands. And it's just again grinning, just so thrilled. And kisses her forehead and says, "Hello."
Hello?
"You're beautiful."
So are you.
I know. Just jokingly. There's a lot of like I know, but teasing, very much teasing.
Yeah.
Your friends are very happy to see you. And there's a message from another friend, Yelena. She sends her love and her very much apology that she's not here to say it herself.
You look at her and you've never seen so much joy on a face. And she says, I'm always here. She can visit anytime.
I'll make sure she knows.
I'm sorry I can't. I'm the ocean now. I can't be on the land.
It's okay. You know I have no problem taking a step into the ocean.
I haven't been excited about something for a long time.
Neither have I. Now, I know I have what I want, which is you being here. But are you able to answer some questions from your friends? Are
Yeah,
you okay to do that?
of course.
Um, you can't get on the boat. Can you get closer? He takes her hand and like it just to step a little closer.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think just as you get closer, I think for ease of Mirwine's voice not being used probably very much over the last however long, I just rolled a superb will to create like a mental little, not necessarily a mental palace, but maybe a little mental condo for us to sit in.
Lovely.
So yeah.
Hello, everyone.
And in this like mental space, I think Hathor, this is like the place where he's like most himself. And I think he dresses here the way he did in Belgrade.
Mm.
Because he thinks of like that's when his new life really began. And that's the happiest he's been.
Mm.
And so he runs over to Mirwine and gives her a big hug and says, "Thank you so much for everything you did for us. You're the best of us, Mirwine."
Thank you. I'm sorry I've been so... At first I couldn't tell anything and didn't feel much and didn't know much and then I would see y'all sometimes but couldn't reach out and then I was scared and
I think you know my feelings about the debt we all owe to each other and the work, what we owe to each other in terms of communication and effort and everything like that. And he looks at her and he says, "Your debt has absolutely been paid. Anything you do from here on out is further enshrinement in sainthood." So again, thank you. And you don't owe anyone any more apologies. And if they ask for it, I'll kick their ass. Even if it
Same.
is that old man from Babylon. What have you been up to? Just kind of going around? Or?
Growing, learning. There's so much. It's a whole world, and I never get bored.
What do you do with all the sea monsters?
There's big ones down there for sure.
I knew it. See, Yelena was trying to tell me, oh no, those are all just myths, and everybody was just high, everybody was a little drunk or starved or dehydrated, and they were just seeing things. I knew there was.
Somewhere in California, Ida is profoundly upset and jealous for no reason.
Have you? Can I ask you some difficult questions?
Of course.
What do you remember about that day?
I was in the harbor and heard the commotion. Hurd had told us to be wary, that something was happening, and to be prepared. And so I was, when I heard the sounds of shots, I went towards it, and I saw Otto and Eadman and Robert and their crew and the ships that were chasing them, and I went. I thought, this is my chance. This is where I can really shine, because no one knows the ocean like me. But I didn't expect what they would do.
I think that's something that keeps happening to us. We have the expectation that our opponents will behave like humans, and they keep showing us they're monsters. And he looks at here, that's on us. And I apologize. We found out it was Fillmore.
Fillmore?
That was at least one of the moles turned on us.
Jesus Christ, what a dick.
I always fucking hated him. I was able to forgive Pagan. And I was able to, we're at a decent spot now. You'd be proud. But I fucking hated Fillmore. And I was right.
I knew him very briefly. He's a fucking rat, and now he's dead. So
It's a rat fuck.
That's good. Okay.
So at least maybe some small consolation. Person who gave up the location of Eternatus, and I assume played a big role in the planning and execution. So just gotta keep pulling that string.
I wish he was still alive so that I could kill him.
If there was a way, actually, how much water do you need to be a part of?
I've never tried to.
Are you trying to put my... Listen, we haven't come up with a title yet, a label. Are you trying to put my lady into a pot? Because my lady, the love of my eternal life into a pot.
A pot? No, but
a cup. One ocean, one cup. Here we go.
No.
But even the most secure facility needs running water. Is more of my thought.
Yeah, so she's not sure.
So some things to think about. If you want,
Mm-hmm.
your life is your own.
I'm determined to help however I can, so I will try.
Beautiful. And then I think Halflord just starts like game planning
All right.
in his brain.
Have you? So you've been learning, and a lot of people have to cross the ocean over the hundreds of years. Have you? I don't know what you can glean from the people in the ocean. Have
I
you heard
watch.
anything? Yeah. Have you seen anything? Any of
Nothing that
these arms of St. George?
Here, let me. I doubt she knows much, but maybe if I
Yeah.
roll really good. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I have been hearing that. So, um, there is about to be a rocket launched into space. You know about this. I believe you know about this. Bad things are most likely to be coming. Perhaps you could offer them a soft landing?
I can do my best.
It's the only thing I could ever ask for.
Yeah.
I'll be here too. Try to help slow things down.
All right. So, you have met Mirwine again. Hooray.
He like when it all ends, Dio 100% just like kisses her like
mhm.
fully on like just on the lips, full just not a make out, it's weird, but like a
Mhm.
full kiss.
Yeah.
And says, "I will see you soon."
Of course.
And my love, we will talk later.
You know where to
Uh
find me.
I'll bring the good wine. Actually, do you want a different alcohol? I have a ton. I just kind of give you my best wine. Do you want
I don't
something
know. I'd
different?
like to try a variety. It'd be fun.
All right, we'll do a tasting. We'll do a tasting. Yeah. It's a date. Uh so, okay, perfect.
The time has finally come. The Challenger has been brought to Launch Pad 39B at the Kennedy Space Center with its external tank and 2 solid rocket boosters. It stands there in the early Florida sunlight with technicians swarming around it preparing everything. Everything must go right. The crew are being brought to the vessel now. All of them are nervous, but none of them show it. There have been many delays, but today, finally, is the day. The crew: Francis Scobie, the commander, being played in this part by Ku Cullen. Michael Collins, now the pilot, instead of Michael Smith. Judith Resnick, the mission specialist. Ellison Onizuka, mission specialist. Ronald McNair, mission specialist. Gregory Jarvis, payload specialist. And Sharon Krista McAuliffe, payload specialist and the first teacher in space. Despite the nerves, the crew aren't especially worried. This is the 10th flight for the Challenger, and she's proved herself to be a reliable vessel, having recently gone up and repaired a satellite in orbit. The mission ahead is slated to last 6 days. In that time, the 7-member crew will deploy a large communication satellite, deploy and retrieve an astronomy payload to study Halley's Comet, and Krista McAuliffe will conduct lessons for school children from orbit. Due to this last fact, this is the most well-viewed rocket launch in history, with live feeds streaming to schools across the US, as well as coverage on all major television networks. Temperatures this morning are a record low, and the crowds of people who have gathered to witness the launch are all dressed in heavy coats. They cheer as the crew waves to them before proceeding into boarding. Yelena, you give the crew their final medical go-over before launch, checking everyone's vitals to make sure everyone is okay and ensuring their medical equipment is in working order. You look into each of their faces, possibly for the last time. They're as ready as they can be for what lies ahead of them. What do you say to them?
You're going to do great. I'll see you in 6 days. And everybody is getting a +1 to notice.
Okay.
And Anoush, you are getting a plus. I don't know if it would be actually Cucullin or if it would be Anoush, who I think would make that call. But whoever it is getting the +2. So I'm going to spend my fate point to get them to safety, if possible.
Okay.
So I believe probably Anoush then.
All right.
As the pilot. And she smiles and has some banter with them, laughs, goes about as if everything is going to be perfect, even though she knows that it's not.
As Yelena gets back to like the locker room area or whatever staging area she would have like went to after this, or her office or whatever it is, I think Hathor has placed little figurines of the astronauts, and there's like a small note underneath them, and it just says, "You've done everything you can. Now you have to live with that. I love you. Do what you need to do to process. Hopefully these won't be necessary. Hathor."
I will also say from across the country, the night before, Ida would have called each and every one of you and shared love and support and promises of celebration after the fact. But mostly just they're there.
Anoush, you and the rest of the crew are led to the capsule and strapped. Oh, go on.
Could I do something before?
Oh, please.
I think as we're leaving the medical checkup, I want to just stray back a little bit and catch Yelena.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to ask, do you want to come along?
I can't.
I think he just points to his head.
Oh. It doesn't work the same way that it does for Hathor. It doesn't even work the same way it did for her. But and she hugs Anoush and yeah. That's only a good for rapport. Sorry, that's only a fair for rapport to get transfer some of that over to him.
Can I touch you? And I'm going to take your power. That is a great on an empathy roll. And then can I give you a +2 using a fate point?
That would bring that rapport roll up to a great then.
Yeah. All right.
Thank you.
We share the weight. And I think I'm going to need you up there.
I'll see you on the other side.
Anush leaves.
All right. You're led to the capsule. You're strapped into your seats for launch. The door is sealed and the gantry withdrawn. There's no going back now. In the seat beside you, Commander Scobie turns to wink at you, showing a brazen confidence. You stare at the cockpit window above you, showing the blue morning Florida sky. Mission control is in your ear, requesting preliminary checks, which at this point you're able to do reflexively. How is Anush feeling at this time?
Anush is unbelievably nervous. He doesn't feel like he has a tight grip over what's about to happen. And he is putting a lot of faith in his friends and his family at the moment because his plan is left unfinished. All he has is trying to act as quickly as possible, and I don't think he believes in himself at this moment. So he is very strongly considering like doing something a little like rash and throwing a Hail Mary like right before everything goes down.
See?
Yelena's gone to the gallery to stand with Cheryl Moore, who's holding Joy, and Yelena will pick up little Reggie to hold as well, to watch from there.
All right. The minutes tick by. Final preparations are made. It's time at last. The countdown reaches its pinnacle. T-minus 10. 9.
And Noosh speaks to the crew, if that's possible.
Do it.
Attention. This is your pilot, Michael Collins. Something terrible is about to happen. Something unavoidable, and I have come here to try to stop it, but I don't think I can do that anymore, so I need your help. Very soon, an object will crash into our ship, and it will give you a choice, I believe. It will gift you something, and I think if you wish hard enough and believe in saving yourselves, it will grant you the power to do this. And I know this sounds crazy, but hopefully you believe me.
Roll rapport.
Okay. That's very bad. That's so bad, Sarah. Oh.
What a weird joke, Captain.
I know, right?
That's an average, but I think I'm gonna burn another fate point and use my concept, one giant leap for mankind.
Okay. Are
I'm
you
gonna
going
roll.
to add 2 with that or re-roll?
I'm gonna reroll.
Okay.
Oh, haha! That is great.
Great. Okay.
Yes, that's as good as I can do, I think.
Wonderful. With a great, they do not freak out. They enjoy your little joke. In fact, as the countdown is going down, it gives them some relief from the tension that they've been feeling.
all Anush is thinking is that he's a scientist, and the first gift he was given was the ability to study himself and what has happened. And he hopes that in the moment of crisis, these people will need and believe to save themselves. And hopefully the powers, reflect that.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I touch Cucullins and I unbuckle myself.
And liftoff. You are unbuckled for liftoff, which is probably unwise of you, but liftoff of the 25th Space Shuttle mission, and it has cleared the tower. All systems are go. Dick reports to Mission Control, and Mission Control responds. And on a plume of fire, the Challenger rises, watched by a nation. But you all know that 73 seconds after launch, the vessel will explode. So, Anush, you have unbuckled. What are you doing?
I'm counting in my head 71, 70. I've taken Cucullin's power. That is a +1. A superb empathy roll.
Okay.
And I stretch and unbuckle everybody and try to gather them together and make a ball around them using my whole form.
Okay. Cucullin will help you on that. Is there anyone on the ground watching at this time as the orbiter continues toward Destiny?
Yeah, he's Dio has absolutely is to be honest, feet in the water, like is on the beach, safely wherever, far enough away, but Cape Canaveral area, connected to Mirwine, but also could I just rolled a superb to have a contact cut the feed before 73, like right before the thing explodes.
Cut which feed?
Cut the live feed so that a bunch of fucking children don't have to watch the death of a beloved teacher on live television.
Oh boy. Okay, that's a hell of a context roll. What'd you get? You said
Superb.
Okay. Okay. I regret to inform you, you are unsuccessful.
Totally. I had to try. So but no, he Dio is standing in the ocean, watching, feeling very helpless, but passing, basically, he is using his gift to pass into Mirwine, pass into the ocean, the feeling of confidence and control.
All right.
Hafthor is the highest, safest altitude he knows he can be.
Okay.
So, I don't know, probably somewhere around 3,000 or 4,000 feet, you'd say?
Yeah, around that. The orbiter, however, is 8 miles above the ground. At 71 seconds into the mission, the detectors go off. At 2 seconds later, a ping pong ball sized sphere of metal impacts the Challenger, punching a hole through the connection between one of the solid rocket boosters and the liquid fuel tank, and then goes into the cockpit itself. Gases from the SRB ignite and burn their way into the fuel tank, causing a massive explosion. The explosion tears the orbiter into pieces with fire and pressure and more G-forces than you've ever felt at once. This is the first event that could kill some of the crew. But the cockpit, mostly intact, is also filled with nanobots merging swiftly with the bodies of the crew, nanobots that bestow powers in accordance with what is most appropriate for the person in question, what they want or need. And what the crew of the Challenger need in this moment is to survive a bloody gray explosion. Ellison undergoes a transformation into living metal. Ron is torn away and almost smashes into the wall despite your holding him with your rubbery body. But as he hits, a light in him emanates from him, and his body absorbs the kinetic energy to make him stronger. Judith throws up her hands reflexively, and a glowing, sparkling force field forms around all of the crew and the big sort of cocoon you formed. Krista's body changes into flames, making her just intangible enough to cushion the impact on her. Gregory just disappears entirely. Watching from the ground, a moment after the explosion, a man, the astronaut Gregory Jarvis, resplendent in his orange launch suit, appears suddenly amidst the crowd. Everyone is staring upwards at the time, but his cry of alarm draws the crowd's attention, and it's hard to say who's more confused and frightened, the crowd or Gregory. Back in the orbiter, everyone has survived the explosion, having taken only, thanks to your cushioning and their powers and the force field, 4 stress. The force field surrounding you, which Judith is still holding up with some difficulty, is keeping the air pressure around you at a normal level so far. But you're 8 miles above the ground and falling towards an impact with the water that no force field, no armor, no cushioning can make survivable. Everyone will still die unless you can successfully operate the LES and get everyone parachuting out of there soon. But these are astronauts, talented, skillful people, the cream of the crop. Ron is already bursting his way out and activating machinery that will open the cockpit door and extend out a long metal pole. The door rips open, and Judith cries out as the force field fails for a moment with the sudden change of pressure. Your eardrums are painfully damaged, and it becomes harder to hear. Ron extends the pole. Now it's just a matter of getting everyone's parachute on. No small feat when you're in a capsule tumbling towards the sea. Anush, I'm going to need you to roll me a crafts to get your own parachute on and to help Cucullin with his.
Okay.
With a superb, you will successfully get one correctly set up but not the other. You can pick. With an epic, you get both on successfully, and below superb, your shoots will fail.
Amazing. That is fantastic. That's one above epic. Right?
Marvelous. Okay, so both of your shoots will work. Meanwhile, I'm rolling for the other astronauts who are helping each other to get theirs on. Okay. And also, well, that was a good one. Okay. All right. You get yours on. You get Cucullin's on, which is fortunate because Cucullin does not have astronaut training and could not do shit without your help. Ellison leads the way, flesh once more, clipping himself to the pole and clambering his way out of the cockpit into air, pushing him with hurricane force. The pole allows astronauts to get far enough away from the falling vessel before release to not get sucked back into the slipstream and killed immediately. As Ellison releases and begins falling, Ron is right behind him. Krista, no longer made of flame, is next. Then it's Cucullin's turn. Then you, with Judith going last so that she can maintain the force field for as long as possible. Soon, everyone gets clear of the debris and is descending rapidly. Parachutes begin to open. Yours opens, Anush. Cucullin's opens. Ellison's opens. Ron's opens. But not Krista. Krista continues to drop at 9.8 meters per second squared, fumbling with her malfunctioning ripcord. Her body alights again into brilliant flames, and she blasts flame from her hands and feet, the first teacher in space making use of her lessons in rocketry to slow her descent. It works, and soon She's not only floating, she is flying. A glowing plume of a flaming woman soaring through the sky with a whoop of joy for surviving. Resplendent. A bird on fire. That's what the crowd below sees. That's what the television cameras see. That's what the children in schools across the country see. And that, of course, is where everything starts to go very, very wrong. We'll end today's episode there. Thank you to my players for weaving this story with me. Thank you to our viewers for sharing with us. And thank you especially to the crew of the STS-51L. May they long be remembered. We'll be back next week with more of our little adventure drama. So if you're bored between now and then, check out the social media links on our Linktree and connect with us. We'll save you a seat. Till next week, take care.
Thank you for joining us today. Halley's Children is written by Serafina Smith using the Fate Core Venture City system. The players are David Robles, Courtney Lee, Cameron Khosgham, and Eli Galliher, with Serafina Smith as the Game Master. Editing by Eli Galliher. We hope you enjoyed the drama, laughter, and chaos as much as we did. If you had a blast, don't forget to share the love and tell your friends. Until next time, keep searching for the rainbow.